Hey everybody, Tiffany here, and welcome to my video. My name is Tiffany Shambly, and this page is kind of a little bit of everything. It's really weird how things evolved in a lot of my social media. I also just celebrated a birthday, and I turned 40 years old, y'all. 40 years old, and I remember as a child thinking 40 years old was so old, and it's not. I said I still feel young. My YouTube channel, I had a YouTube, and the only reason I actually started a channel was just so that I could like and comment on some videos if I had some friends that made a lot of videos, and I just wanted to be able to help them out and comment on it. But then I'm like, you know what? I actually started working for Long Lewis, and it's like a car dealership around here. It's really big, and I was a sales and marketing assistant, and we started making videos, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to use this as like a portfolio. And then I started teaching twirling, and then I started this Tiffany's Epiphanies page. It's my Facebook page. There's a link down below. And so now I've just started making videos, and I was making the Tiffany's Epiphanies videos to reiterate some of my posts. And I'd had a really great rhythm going. I was starting to get in the rhythm of really getting these videos done. I was doing good on my Tiffany's Epiphanies page, on my Instagram, Twitter, even on this Discord app where I talk to a lot of people like mental illness, depression. My thing is addiction. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm never going to be better. All I can do is just grow and learn every day and be aware of things that are going on. So that's just a little bit about this channel. And so I just turned 40 on March 3rd. So the theme kind of is 40 at 40 is the thing that I have going on. And, I thought by the time I was 40, which I thought was old at the time, I thought that I would be set in my career. I thought I would be married with kids or something. I never thought that I would have been an alcoholic, because I was always a goody child. I always loved rules. I wanted to save stuff for when I got older. And so I made some bad decisions when I was younger and got with a different crowd that like partying, and I liked the way it made me feel, and I got into that. And so it's kind of like I took this venture. But anyways, and it's a part of me, it's a part of my story. So I just kind of try to help people that have addictions or anything, or just kind of down, because I'm a silver linings kind of girl. So that's what a lot of my videos are, because I actually changed my career. I've been in the restaurant industry for 15, 16 years, and I decided I didn't like it anymore. I got to be up in salary management, and I thought that was going to be fine, and I was making good money. But something in me got squirrely, and I just didn't like it anymore. It's not that I didn't like it, it's just I couldn't make people love their job as much as I did, and it stressed me out really bad. So I decided to go back to school, and I graduated in May of last year with a public communications degree. And so I ended up getting a job at a local car dealership that had this what called sales and marketing assistants. And so if you look on my channel, there's a channel called Long Lewis, and there's a bunch of videos of me trying to sell cars, talking about cars, and I loved it. I think it was a lot of fun, and it was something I was wanting to grow into. And there was a girl that actually was a marketing major, and we were trying to work together and learn and better ourselves, but we kind of had to get away from it. I needed to be full-time, make more money. So I got into this different position at work, and it's called showroom control, and I help people find cars. I do lease terminations, title applications. I'm kind of like a back office person, and I thought that would be fine, but it's like I feel like my light is suppressed in there, and whenever I feel I'm doing good, something bad happens, and I never really know what I'm good at there. I know that I do have a sense of urgency. I know that I do have a great attitude, but it's just like I feel it's being misconstrued as rushing, high strung, things like that. And that's okay. You know what? Things in our lives, when we think things are going to go well and it doesn't, I try not to kill I just I'm trying not to beat myself up about it. And I don't want to waste my life there, like looking 5 years down the road, and I'm still in that same position, maybe making $1 more or $1.50 more an hour, and I'm miserable. Because a lot of times when I talk about that job to my friends, I get in this high shrill talk, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to quit this job." So I put in my month's notice on Monday, the day after my 40th birthday, and I don't know. I've put out applications. I'm going for interviews, and of course, if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to my restaurant job I worked at. No biggie. I've actually also thought about going into maybe some. I lost my train of thought. I was actually thinking about going into some like self employment, going out and helping businesses with their social media, because a lot of times businesses need to focus, small businesses have to focus on the hustle. They have to focus on getting clients in, making sure people know about them, and being able to focus on what is going to help them succeed. And social media helps gets people in there. What I do is I get the people in, and then they do the work. And so that's kind of what I want to get into. I actually have an interview tomorrow for a place that has it's a corporate job, but it would be really interesting. I mean, it's just an interview. I can't guarantee I'm going to get it, but it doesn't hurt to try. I accidentally sent my human resources resume to them, and they still want to interview me. So I'm hoping it's legit and it's going to work out. So we'll see. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. Now that I've turned 40, I'm looking forward to a career that I will love. Because, I mean, I'm only 40 years old and my family lives forever. So if I'm going to be working till I'm like 65, 70, I need to love what I'm going to do. So hopefully I'll be successful and be able to retire by the time I'm 60, but I may not be. So I need to at least love what I do, or have people working under me, working for me to make money. Another thing I'm trying to do is just getting in better shape. I was actually eating well. I've lost 15 pounds since October, and it's March now. Yeah, it's been slow, but I had the holidays. Like when our house had flooded, I was on this really great momentum. I've been working out, and I had to take kind of a week and a half off. We couldn't really cook because we couldn't wash dishes, and we couldn't use a lot of water. And so, I mean, that sounds like a bunch of excuses, and it might be. I'm really hungry, stressed out, so I'm just trying to get back into my momentum. So, eating better, exercising, getting more flexible, because I do teach twirling, and that's a really great side hustle for me, is what I call it. But my people are great that I work with. My boss at the dance studio I teach at, pays me great. They get me the tools I need. Like if I need new dance shoes, if I need this, that, she's got me. And I want to be great for her. And I want to do my best. I want to look my best. I want to feel my best. And so, I mean, people say you're not fat. But the thing is, this is what I look like now. So, yes, I'm not fat. I'm kind of curvy. But when you have to do different kind of tricks, fat gets in the way. I carry my weight decent, but when I'm bending over, it's like, bleh. You can't suck your stomach in when you're bent over. Things like that. And so that's what I got going on with that. And, I'm really happy about all that. That's like three. And the last thing, I do have one more thing. I'm sitting in my chair right now, and this is like my space when I come to God. And I'm really working on learning more about my higher power. My higher power got me sober. There's people around, and they're coming out of the woodwork, and they're like, "You're so busy all the time. You do this all the time." And I said, "You weren't around when I got sober. God got me sober. My parents were around. I had friends, but, I kind of had to do it on my own with trust of a higher power, something that was watching over me. Had to get in his will to feel better. And I want to learn more about him. I want to learn what he did. I want to learn what we can get from worshiping him, being good, helping others. I love it. And so actually the chair I'm sitting in right now, I'll show you a picture. Yes, this is where I spend time with God. Every morning I get up, I spend a little time, I get coffee, spend some time with my dad. I try to spend some time with my mom, and I come down here and I spend about 30 minutes, and we have a book. It's Foundations, and I study a chapter a day, sometimes two. It's according how inspired I get. And I drink coffee and I sit here with him and just worship. And so it's kind of like, people say, oh, but if you fill yourself with his word, if you fill yourself with him and like his love, it's like if you fill yourself up with all these good things, bad things try to come to you, but you have convictions and you don't want to do those bad things. And I think that's something that gets lost. We think we're not going to have any fun, but in AA, the big book says our common becomes our uncommon. Our mind changes. But, if we keep doing the same things, we're going to get what we've always gotten. And so sometimes you have to change stuff. And every once in a while, you're white knuckling. Every once in a while, you're not going to like what you have to do. But eventually it becomes easier. And you take that time and you make better habits. So that's kind of what this video is about. The Forward at 40. It's a little scary. My life is not exactly where I thought it would be, but that's okay. So, trying to find a job where I'm going to be happy and feel fulfilled, that I can still do the things around me, like help other people, being involved with my church, being in better shape. I teach twirling on the side. I want to feel good and feel, sex me. Right now I'm single, but I want to feel good about myself and find somebody that not just have fun with, but want to spend the rest of my life with, be excited about it, and just feel good about myself. Because when you feel good about yourself, you can let someone else in and let them feel for you. Anyways, it's like and then just, which is the number one thing, but I end on this note, is like, have a better relationship with God, because he helped me get sober. He took away my fears. He's softened hearts of people around me to help me, like my parents and different people. And I'm just so happy about it. So you know what? 40 is not scary. I'm actually more secure in myself. I know what I want. I know what I don't want, especially. So I really appreciate this time that y'all have taken to watch this video. I'm getting back into the swing of things, like I said. And so I'm really excited to make things look a little bit more professional, invest in myself, do the things that I need to do. And, I have a grand sponsor. I feel really bad that I've been off kilter, but she always says, if you hadn't been doing something, just start back. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to just completely fall off the wagon and stay off. Just hop back on. It might be tough, but you'll get there. So thank you all so much. And just remember, just always remember, let me find this picture. The fears we don't face becomes our limits. I'm not going to be scared of stuff. I'm going to embrace things. I mean, a little uncomfortable, it happens. So thank you all so much for your time. This is like a little bit more for me than anybody else. If you have any questions or comments, or maybe a suggestion for our next video, comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you. Love y'all. And see you next time.